From a distance, the stretch of LA's 405 freeway that cuts through the Sepulveda Pass and connects West Los Angeles and the San Fernando Valley can look kind of beautiful, with 10 miles of it cradled between the rugged slopes of the Santa Monica Mountains. But this part of the 405 can also be the stuff of traffic nightmares, with some of the worst freeway congestion in the country.
A live look at traffic over the 405. Look at that. So prepare yourselves for long delays if you're hitting the road.
The gridlock can be soul-crushing and test the patience of even the most traffic-hardened LA motorist. 10 years ago, transportation planners finished a more than $1 billion project to widen the 405 with hopes that it would help traffic. It didn't. Now, Metro, LA's transportation agency, has another solution. Get people out of their cars and off the freeway and onto a rail line connecting West L.A. and the Valley, costing between $9 and $14 billion in early estimates. But what kind of rail? There are currently 6 proposals in play. 3 are subway options and 3 are above-ground monorail. Each rail alternative has its advantages. A subway or heavy rail line, similar to the ones already in existence, say its advocates, would carry more passengers than a monorail and be faster, taking about 20 minutes to travel between the Van Nuys terminus and proposed stations at UCLA and nearby Wilshire Boulevard. But monorail supporters say their above-ground system could be built much faster and cheaper than a subway. Plus, it would look kind of cool as it runs along the 405. At recent community meetings hosted by Metro, the public has heard about the different options, including pitches by proponents of both monorail and the subway. Steve Sand, chairman of the Westwood Community Council, is an ardent supporter of the subway options.
It's rail, and I would say specifically heavy rail, because frankly, the projections and the ridership for this corridor, Sepulveda corridor, blow out of the water the existing ridership on both the Purple Line and the Red Line, which are our 2 existing subways. The ridership that they expect that will be using this Sepulveda Transit Corridor is so overwhelming that, like light rail, it would be over capacity from the day that it opened, and even a monorail really is going to have difficulty meeting the needs.
But Valley to West LA rail, especially a subway line, has its opponents. The fiercest critics are residents of the community immediately to the east of the 405 Sepulveda Pass corridor, Bel Air. It's one of the wealthiest communities in America, with its 8 and even 9-figure hillside mansions behind high walls and hedges. But if Metro moves ahead with Valley to West LA subway tunneling one day, a lot of the digging would happen directly beneath Bel Air. Fearing noise, vibrations, and a possible decline in property values, Bel Air residents like Fred Rosen, the former CEO of Ticketmaster, say they're ready to use their wealth to fight subway construction.
There will be litigation. Those of us who live here have the resources to prevent it.
So to you, Bel Air and if it is a subway, you just can't coexist.
It will never coexist. It will never happen.
Metro critics like Rosen also blast the transportation agency for building mass transit projects that come in way over budget and late, like the current construction of a 4-mile subway extension beneath Wilshire Boulevard. It's more than $500 million over initial cost projections and 2 years late. But Rosen argues that's nothing compared to what he predicts would be budget-busting cost overruns and delays in building a Valley to West LA subway line.
We'll be on Mars. We'll have somebody landing on Mars before this thing is ever finished. Okay?
Now again, the overall objective for this project has always been to provide a high quality, high capacity, and reliable transit solution for connecting the San Fernando Valley to the west side.
In the meantime, Metro will continue to host public forums on the different rail proposals. It's also in the midst of conducting a critical environmental impact review on the alternatives that should be out sometime early next year. The transportation agency says that if all goes well, a big if, it could complete a Valley to West LA rail project by the year 2035. Until that far-off time, motorists on the 405 will stay stuck in traffic. I'm Saul Gonzalez.